Hello folks, how you guys doing? My name is Mark. My peoples, where you at? This is Why I Hate the World. And we're going to be talking about the royal family, Kate Middleton in particular, and conspiracy theories. So what the hell is going on with Kate Middleton, right? Well, she came out the other day, actually yesterday as of the time of this recording, and announced to the world that she has cancer. Now, why is that such a big deal? Why is it a huge conspiracy theory that all of the tinfoil hat types are going crazy over online? Well, it all started last year, back in December, when Kate Middleton kind of disappeared. And what happened is that she, over the summer, had an operation, some kind of stomach surgery for something, some sort of unnamed ailment that they haven't talked about just yet, although most likely in retrospect it has to do with her cancer, but we don't know that. And she sort of disappeared from public life for a few months, and everybody wondered what's going on with Kate Middleton. Is she alive? Is she dead? Whatever. And so that was a big deal that people were flipping out over, because people are just completely obsessed with the royal family for reasons which I barely understand, but that's okay. And what the hell happened? Well, in England, on Mother's Day in England, which is different than American Mother's Day, I didn't know this, but you learn something every day, they released a photograph. And the photograph had clearly been tampered with, clearly photoshopped. So I want to show you guys the photo here. This is the photograph. This is from ABC News. And this was the photo they released on British Mother's Day. And you can see here they've highlighted some areas where things have been obviously shopped. If you look here at this zipper, for example, you see how it doesn't continue down. It should continue all the way down the sleeve. Here, this is very obvious. You can kind of see this is where the shoulder originally went out over the hair, and then they've sort of used the clone stamp tool to try to cover that up. This one, not so obvious, but you can still kind of tell, like, see how her pants or her skirt here kind of overhang her sweater. And then this is where it's very obvious, like right here, right over this hand. You see how this is the lip of her sweater that comes over here, her sleeve of her sweater. And then there you can see it's like something got wonky. They were trying to cut and paste or something and it didn't turn out just right. So this photo comes out, and conspiracy-minded tinfoil hat wearing people do what they always do, and they over-examine things and start coming up with all kinds of weird-ass theories, going like, what's going on here? Why would they Photoshop this? Because they obviously did Photoshop it. And it sort of lended credence to the idea that something fishy was happening with the royal family. So then Kate Middleton is not seen in public for a little while longer. Conspiracy theories start flying all over the place. People start going crazy, all this other stuff. And then about, when was this? On March 18th or so, a video came out from TMZ of Kate Middleton walking with Prince Harry. And this got all of the crazy nutbags to over-examine it as well. I've got another little tweet here from somebody named Me Wish on Twitter. And you can kind of see what they're going with, right? Both photos were of them in flat shoes. Anyone notice an obvious height issue here? Look at where Kate's eyes fall against William. So you see here, here's an older picture of them walking, and then here's this latest picture. And they could see like, oh, she's taller. She didn't used to be tall, which if you actually look at what's going on in these photos, in this photo, Kate Middleton is not actually walking next to Prince Harry. She's actually behind him. So according to the angle, it's going to make her look shorter than she actually is. So there's no reason to believe that these are not the same woman, but that was the kind of conspiracy theories that were flying around, that somehow there's a body double or a look-alike, or like a life model duplicate, or whatever you call it in Marvel Comics. You know what I'm saying? They started, all of these weird conspiracies started flying around that Kate Middleton's missing, or she's dead, or she's in the hospital, and they've got decoys going around and all that stuff. Didn't really answer anybody's suspicions there, answer any questions, and the conspiracies just got worse and worse and worse. And it wasn't just Twitter freaks saying this stuff. We actually had journalists. So this is a BuzzFeed journalist right here, Stephanie Soteriou? I don't know, I can't pronounce that. I might have to tap out of this whole Kate Middleton thing because I genuinely, hand on heart, do not think these pics look like the same woman, and it's making me feel like I'm losing my mind. Like, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but is that not her? So let's look at these a little closer. There's one, this is the one they released, and then them walking again, and then also Kate Middleton in a car, and then this is the Mother's Day photo of Kate Middleton. And yeah, they do look a little different. You got to keep in mind, different camera angles, different resolutions, different lenses will make someone's face look different. Plus in this picture, she's wearing makeup and all this. In this picture, she's not. She's just chilling in a car with sunglasses. And it's obviously the same person. This person and that person are the same person. This one and that one, they're the same fucking person. But people start going nuts over it. And when you start seeing journalists say this crap, it just throws more fuel on the fire. Here's another one. This is from the Daily Mail. Fuck you, Daily Mail. And I hate the Daily Mail so much because look how many goddamn ads are here. See, if you don't disable the ad blocker, then you can't even watch it. Look at this. Look how much they just bombard you. Like, it reminds me of that scene in Ready Player One where they're like, we can fill up the ad space of 88% before they have a seizure. Anyway, BBC reporter Sonia McLaughlin fuels conspiracy theories by claiming a woman seen with Prince William in farm shop video is obviously not Kate. So you can scroll down, and then here's Harry and Kate. Basically, long story short, this woman wrote that it wasn't her. Here's the actual quote. How the fuck you pronounce it? Malaglan. I don't know. Wrote, disturbing that newspapers like the Times are reporting this as fact. Headline, Kate seen in public for the first time when it's clearly not her, as someone has said could be a couple of lookalikes making mischief. Commenting on a video which compared the princess in the footage to other past photos of herself, the BBC freelance journalist added, it's so obviously not Kate, but some newspapers are reporting it as fact. But it's not her, no conspiracy theorist, but all very odd. That actually does say some newspaper, right? God, do they just not have editors on this? It does say some newspaper. I'm not, like, blind here, right? Apparently, the Daily Mail has monkeys spell checking this shit. So that just throws more fuel on the fire here. Now, some people have some obvious humor over this. This is one from Twitter that I found. Kate Middleton before January 24th. Kate Middleton after January 24th. Right? So I saw a lot of variations on this type of meme. So, you know, people are having fun with it. Here's another variation on that meme. So not all of this are crazy people claiming that the British royal family are taken over by reptiles or some shit like that, or spacefaring Jewish overlords or something. But still, it's feeding into the hysteria. So some people have gone completely just utterly bananas when it comes to this stuff. This is a person named Ali Naston on Twitter. And she's a good example, I think, of the type of obsession that people have with these types of conspiracy theories, where they devote way too much time and effort and energy into trying to find evidence of a conspiracy when it's just not there. Let's listen to what Ali Naston has to say.
Okay, I did not expect y'all to blow this up, but here we are, so I'm back with a little bit more. This comment right here blew my mind. I missed this entirely, and you are so right. Thank you for this comment. So on the day of the baby bank, you can see that Princess Charlotte, and yes, I will address them by name for you guys, I'm sorry. She is wearing some kind of little bracelet or thing around her wrist. Here's another shot of it right here. And thanks to this eagle-eyed commenter, you can see that Princess Charlotte is wearing it. It pokes out right here underneath this sleeve. And upon closer inspection, as a lot of you have pointed out, it does seem that Prince Louis is wearing a similar checkered collar underneath his sweater, but the sweater has been changed, of course. Okay. But the checker pattern is a pretty good match. I think they may have shifted the colors a little bit because here you can see it looks to be like red and blue. And this is the shirt during the baby bank event. He did take this sweater off at one point. I guess he was hot or whatever. It's really hard to tell what the colors are on this shirt. I would say it's either the same colors or it's maybe a green. Now this is
So what's the point of all this, by the way? Like, why is this person examining all of the clothing that everyone in the Mother's Day photo is wearing? It's because she's trying to prove that the photo wasn't actually taken on Mother's Day, that it was actually taken in November of 2023. I mean, first off, who cares? But even if it was, like, why does that matter? Secondly, when you own clothes, you can wear them on more than one day. So if I buy a pair of pants, it's not like I'm just going to wear that pair of pants just once and then never wear it again. But she's basically going through trying to prove that, okay, looking at all of the clothes that all of the kids were wearing and that Kate Middleton was wearing and all that stuff, they actually took this photo at this other event here, and then somebody went in and photoshopped all of the colors of the clothes and stuff to make it look different. Right? I wish I was making this up, but this is what she's getting at. This is why she's going through each one of these items of clothing here and examining it and comparing it to that photo. Let's watch a little more.
This is the sweater he was wearing on the day of the event before he took it off. And I will say the patterning is similar, but definitely not the same. And this is pretty much the only full body shot there is of Prince Louis in this entire video. And I feel that the jeans are kind of a dead match, though a lot of jeans look the same. I know. The shoes are not, however, a match. But I mean, you can see here, the jeans look like a dead ringer. The shoes not matching is not a big deal to me. I mean, obviously he could have come home and changed shoes, or they could have completely replaced the shoes in this with these boots here, because obviously if that's what they're doing, they're trying to make the outfits look different.
See? Get it? Oh, they're trying to make the outfits look different. I mean, or it could have been taken on a completely different day. Right? It could be that he wore these pants because they're his pants. November of last year was not that long ago, so the pants probably still fit him. I mean, I know kids grow and stuff, but God, November to February, that's only, what, 3 months? Right? Like, it's not like the kid's gonna outgrow all of his fucking, like, pants in 3 months and shit. It just seems to me like it's so much effort for something that is so insignificant. Let's watch a little bit more. Okay, this is kind of interesting. We've got about a minute left.
I've seen a lot of people commenting on how the patterning on this sweater is uneven right here, and therefore it's completely photoshopped on. I can't be 100% certain if I'm really honest.
No, it isn't. But you see how it is. See right here? See that pattern, and then it sort of goes over that. You would expect it to go into the middle of this, right? Like it does here. You can kind of see here there's one, and then it kind of looks like it could have been shopped, but not necessarily. It could very well have just been the pattern here broke or whatever. Looks fishy, but I don't think that was photoshopped.
That's why I didn't really comment much on his outfit when I made the original video, because I felt unsure about enough of it that I didn't want to say anything. But a lot of you feel that way, and so I'm just repeating it. You guys are welcome to make your own mind up about this. I'm not trying to convince anybody. This is just my opinion. And as for the comments on how the grass is green in this photo and it shouldn't be because of seasons and blah, 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 well, let me ask you this. If you're going to buy into my theory that they are replacing the outfits and changing them around with Photoshop, then why couldn't they also Photoshop the grass and the tree? Like, that is beginner shit. So in other words, I think if we're gonna accept that this photo might be heavily photoshopped and edited to misrepresent what it actually looked like, the grass really doesn't matter. That's such an easy thing to change. Anyways, thanks guys for all the comments.
So, yeah, so that's the thing, right, folks? The picture is photoshopped, right? It was shopped. But you see how when this type of confirmation comes out that there's something going on, it's sort of like crack for these people. It's like manna from heaven for a conspiracy theorist. Conspiracy theorists, what they do is they'll latch on to any evidence whatsoever and just expound on that as much as humanly possible and draw conclusions that that evidence doesn't lend to. And that's what this woman is doing here. She's so completely obsessed with proving, oh, this photo is shopped and all this other stuff. And they take all of this shit out of context. And what ends up happening is that they use their speculation as facts. Like, this woman here is speculating all this stuff. Somebody at home is going to watch it, and they don't take it as speculation. They take it as fact. And this video will be cited as proof that something happened. Proof that Kate Middleton is dead or she's a body double or all this other stuff. And it's like, no, it's not proof of any of that. It's just proof that this particular picture was photoshopped, because it was. Was it even photoshopped to the degree that this woman says? Who even knows? Honestly, I don't even give a fuck, but whatever. Let's continue. Let's make this a little bit bigger now. So it came out, of course, that yes, Kate Middleton was hiding something, that she was diagnosed with cancer and she's been going under chemotherapy. And that's the reason why she hasn't been in public recently. I can understand why the royal family would want to control that news, because rumors fly around and speculation flies around and tabloids start making shit up and conspiracy theorists lose their fucking mind and all this other stuff. And it's much better for them all around to just control the message, right? As much as they can. And so, yeah, I can understand, okay, maybe they did Photoshop that picture because Kate Middleton looked horrible. And that could be the reason why. So maybe they actually did take a photo from, you know, last November or something and Photoshop one of the kids into it, which actually kind of looks like that's what they did. All this other stuff. It makes perfect sense. You would think that would be the end of the conspiracy. It's like, okay, conspiracy proven. But no, because the prevailing theory was that Kate Middleton was dead or in the hospital or whatever. And even a video of her looking actually not too bad. I mean, she looked a little skinny in her video. But even a video of her coming out and saying, hey, I'm under chemo and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Even that isn't enough to kill the conspiracy. See, the thing you guys got to remember about conspiracy theories is that conspiracy theories are not about the truth. They're not about what actually happened. They're not about any verifiable event or anything. They're all about spreading the theory itself, because it makes people feel good. It gives them community. Essentially, it does the same thing that a religion does, right? It makes you feel like you're in the know and you're communing with like-minded people and all this other stuff. And instead of talking about the worship of Jesus or whatever, that kind of thing, you're talking about the British royal family and how they're all secretly controlled by, you know, reptilian space Jews or something. So that news comes out and people still don't believe it. Here is a photo. This was on Reddit and the title of the submission was, I'm just going to leave this here. This is the woman in walking next to Prince Harry last week. And then this is Kate Middleton from the video that she confessed having cancer with. And of course now it's filled with people speculating that the first person was a body double and all this other stuff and it wasn't really her and blah, 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 blah. Can't really leave it alone. It's like, well, no, we know why the royal family's been acting wacky, you know, but that's not good enough. These guys are still digging for evidence of a conspiracy that isn't there. Lots of people saying it's not the same person, that this is a body double, this is whatever, it's a distraction, and then she doesn't really have cancer, she's really dead or whatever. It's such bullshit. This next one, you can see here, is a conspiracy theorists trying to use this in order to promote anti-vaccine conspiracy theories. New article, the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, has been diagnosed with cancer. There's a high probability she has turbo cancer caused by COVID-19 vaccine she took in 2021. YouTube, I am not promoting this. I am debunking it. Just got to say that so that the YouTube bots don't accidentally kick my video. I am debunking this, YouTube. What are the most likely MRA-induced turbo cancers that would require major abdominal surgery? So yes, that's another thing. You get all kinds of manner of scumbag anti-vax douchebags using this as an opportunity to spread their bullshit. mRNA vaccines do not cause cancer. That is not a thing. That is bullshit. That's conspiracy theory horseshit. That's tinfoil-hat nuttery. Anyone who says that is an asshole. I had to say that I wasn't debunking it because I had a video that got kicked off of YouTube. Well, temporarily. Because I was trying to debunk these types of conspiracy theories. It's like, It's so bad that the content bots just erase any mention of it, even when you're trying to speak out against it. Pretty bad. Fuck these people. I hate anti-vaxxers so much. I hate them with everything I got. Here's another one. Submission to our conspiracy. All of these celebs and powerful people getting sick is to make the normies not question why their loved ones and they themselves are getting seriously ill after the vax. By the way, the celebs are maybe not actually ill. Just using this stuff to promote their bullshit. You know, it's funny how every single event that happens in the news just gets folded into the conspiracy theory lore like this. You know, I mean, that's kind of how you can tell it's bullshit, when everything that happens relates to the conspiracy in one way or another. It's because these people are sitting around making shit up, and they think that it's like signs from God or whatever that they're correct. Like, oh, this is another sign that we're on the right track and all this other shit. It's like, it's really very, very similar to people who say will interpret mundane events as miracles for their religion. You know what I mean? You ever see, like, say after a terrorist attack or something, they'll say, oh, God saved these 2 children. They were underneath the rubble for 6 days and they were alive. It's a miracle. Or here's another one, right? Here's one that the kind of example that I'm talking about here. When Notre Dame burned down a few years back, there was a cross, a golden crucifix that survived the fire. And there's this famous photograph of this golden crucifix in the middle of Notre Dame, and everything else is burned up. And this golden crucifix was essentially untouched. And everybody was like, it's a miracle. It's a sign from God. It's like, yeah, a sign from God, right? Like his entire church burned down, but he chose to somehow save this one item. It's like, what about all the other items that glorified God in that, right? What about all the other priceless fucking paintings and artwork and statues and all that other shit that did nothing but glorify God? Like, fuck all of that stuff. But this one crucifix made out of gold, I guess that's proof of a miracle, huh? I don't know. I guess God really likes gold for some reason. Such fucking bullshit. One more of these. Some people are using this as an opportunity just to dunk on the royal family, which I can understand because fuck the royal family. But it's still kind of in bad taste, I think. This is from Our Conspiracy on Reddit. For context, this is what Kate's family have been doing while she's been, quote-unquote, battling cancer. And of course you can see, here's Prince Harry happy, and then there's them posing for pictures and going to the beach and all this other stuff. So what's he really trying to say here? I mean, is he just dunking on the royals there? Or is he trying to say that Kate Middleton doesn't actually have cancer? It could be either or any of those. The other thing about especially going to conspiracy subs on Reddit in general is that half the time it's not even about any given conspiracy. It's just some, like, I don't know, political post. It's like, man, I came here to read about fucking the moon landing and, like, is Elvis dead and shit. Why am I, like, inundated with, like, fucking stupid red pill Trump shit? I don't know. Anyway, so that's kind of just, it's all bullshit, folks. I really wanted to kind of talk about this because it's an example of, like, even when there's actually something to a conspiracy theory, the people who believe in the conspiracy theories themselves are just too far deep to acknowledge what it actually is, right? You would think that, okay, yeah, they misled the public because the princess, you know, Kate Middleton or whatever, right? She's not a princess, but Kate Middleton had cancer. So yeah, okay, you would think that would be enough. It's like, all right, conspiracy proven, right? But no, they gotta dig even deeper. They have to keep it going somehow. There always has to be another layer to the onion or something like that. And it's because conspiracy theories are, like I said, they're not about the truth. They're not about what actually happened. They're not about actually proving any type of scandal or something like that. It's not about any of that at all. It's really about just the community that you have when you sit around and make up stupid bullshit with people and pretend that you're the one that's in the know and that everybody else, all the other normies who don't know, were like out of the loop or something. And that's what it is. That's what conspiracy theories are. It's an idea. It's something to make you feel like you're special. They make you feel like you're not a loser anymore. And I think when it all comes down to it, it's just pathetic, and it's a pathetic way for pathetic people who have lost control over their lives to try and like pretend that their lives have meaning, when in real life it's just all bullshit. I don't know, folks. I think I'm gonna go throw up now. Adios. Hello folks, if you like what I do and you want to support the channel, please consider buying something from my Etsy shop, supporting me on Patreon, liking and subscribing, and checking me out across my social media links listed below. Thank you all so much, and see you next time.